Yeah, morning all. So before I start, can anyone please confirm whether my voice is clear, whether the screen is visible or not, right?
Yes, sir, we can hear you on screen visible.
Fine, thank you. Then yesterday demo session, just I was briefing you about why Python, who can learn Python, how it was built, what are the real-time applications, reasons why Python is suddenly super popular, right? Yes. So just I take 5 minutes, what we have discussed in the last class, right? So Python is a general purpose programming. Any kind of applications we can develop today by using Python, like automation applications, web applications, animation applications, gaming applications, embedded applications, networking applications, desktop applications, right? So wide varieties of applications we can develop today by using Python. That's why we call it as general purpose programming language. And Python has got multiple programming features. What all the features we see in different other programming languages, all the features we see in Python. It's a high level language. It's easily understandable. It is platform independent, that is machine independent, can run on any environment, right? Can run on all the hardware and all the operating systems. Interpreted language, line by line execution. Python is an interpreted language, line by line execution. User-friendly programming or programmer-friendly programming language, which provides simple syntaxes, which looks like normal English statements. So there are two types of languages, low-level languages and high-level languages. Low-level languages like assembly level or machine level language, they are not human understandable, they are not portable, they cannot be carried from a system to system. Are machine dependent, they cannot run on all the hardware, they cannot run on all the operating systems. But high level languages like Python, they are human understandable, they are portable, and they are machine independent. They can run on all the hardware and all the operating system. So Python has got what programming features, multi-programming features, right? Like procedural oriented programming features like C language. It has got object-oriented programming features like C++, Java. It has got scripting features like shell script. It has got modular programming features like Modular 3. So once again, I repeat, for learning Python, there is no prerequisites. Don't think that we need to have the knowledge on C or C++, Java. No, as part of our course, we'll be discussing procedural-oriented with Python, object-oriented programming with Python, scripting, and modular programming with Python. So because of this multiple programming languages features, we call Python as a hybrid language. Just like C language, you can develop applications like Java or like Modular 3. You can develop different varieties of applications. We can write many automation scripts using Python. We can write many automation scripts. Python is one of the best scripting language with vast varieties of libraries. And because of this modular programming, Python has got great boom today. Nearly thousands of models it is providing, 89,300 inbuilt modules. 89,300 inbuilt modules Python is providing for different environments. Whatever domain or whatever environment you are from, Python is providing a module using which we can perform the operations. Modules consist of inbuilt functionalities, inbuilt functions, classes, right? Using which we can perform that operations. For every environment, it has got modules. For data science, separate modules like 10 to 15 modules. For big data, for networking, for testing, for operating system. For each and every database, it is providing a module. For Oracle, like CX underscore Oracle. For MySQL, separate module. For SQL Server. Means for every database, it is providing a module. Using that module only, Python can connect with any database. So connecting to database in Python is very simple as compared with other programming languages. It is not as complex as other programmings. Just 1 minute discussion is enough, right, for Python to connect with any database, just by providing that connecting by using the module and the connecting details, connecting. And not only like we have got modules, Python is providing modules for every file, for Excel files, for CSV file, for JSON file, for XML files, for PDF files. For any file format, it is providing module. You can read data from it, you can write data into it, and for mathematical operations and for statistical operations, and for writing, for generating graphs, normal graphs, bar graphs, histograms, scatter plots, stack plots, pie graph, any types of graphs you can generate by using Python. In today's class, right, just I'll be showing you some examples of how this Python coding looks, right? Examples of just even I'll be showing you some couple of graphs, how simple generating graphs in Python. Without any knowledge of Python also, you can still easily understand generating graphs in Python. So in this way, thousands of modules Python has got for different environments, not only for computer applications, for electronics, civil environment also Python has got modules. So what kind of applications are we developing today by using Python? Python mostly used in developing web applications today. Lot of web applications are getting developed today by using Python. You may ask from the last 20-25 years, Java, .NET, and the remaining other programmings mostly used in developing web applications. Why again Python? Python has got a framework like Django framework. At a rapid speed, you can develop web applications with very less coding. It has got its own database like SQLite3. It has got its own application server. And even Python mostly used in automation applications using technologies like data science, using technologies like IoT, using technologies like DevOps. So all this they are using Python as the implementation language. So machine learning, we have got many techniques like regression, classifications, clustering. So all the techniques to implement we require a language. So Python is the mostly chosen or mostly used to programming for machine learning, deep learning, and AI, right? And for even for big data, for storing huge data and for processing this huge data, we have got technologies like Hadoop, Spark, especially Spark, very high speed processing implemented using Python. So we call like PySpark. Even for scientific applications, we have got CP, scientific Python, and for numerical analysis, we have got NumPy. And for graphical user interface or for animations, Python providing tkinter or PyQt. For gaming or for game development, it has got frameworks like Pygame, PyCora, and for 3D games, that it has got PySci. And for scheduling, it is providing Airflow. And for testing, for software development, for business applications, it is one of the best choice for developing e-commerce websites. And for database application where Python can connect with any database, web scraping, Python, harvesting data from different websites, extracting data from different websites. It is using models like URL lib module, BS4, beautiful soup modules. For networking, it is providing a separate framework, Python, right? Like Twisted Python for networking applications or programming. For CAD or 3D CAD applications, for embedded applications, the most famous embedded application like Raspberry Pi, using Python for its computation. For audio and video applications, many audio and video applications are getting developed using Python. Some applications which got developed like Tim Player, C Play are some examples of it. Even as part of this full stack course, right? Python full stack, I'll be showing you some audio video applications, computer vision for face detection, color detection, and object detection, right? Python is used for data analysis, for robotics, for desktop applications, single user console applications, right? In this way, Python is mostly used today for developing different varieties of applications. And who are using, yesterday I was discussing that, who are using Python today? Top most applications built using Python. Google using Python for its web search system. Google web crawling is written, it was first written in Java. Later it was too difficult, it was rewritten in Python. Yahoo using Python. YouTube using Python for its video sharing service. Uber pricing algorithm implemented using Python and ML machine learning. Instagram built using Python. The prime reason for Instagram choosing Python is Python hybrid features. NASA using Python for its research and development activities, right? Quora, Reddit, Pinterest. Quora, Reddit, and Pinterest, Dropbox are examples, right? So, MMOG, massively multiplayer online games. Maya, a powerful 3D animation which uses Python script. Netflix using Python for its security, automation, and subscription related things, right? BitTorrent using Python. iRobot for military and commercial operations. Hardware testing, companies like IBM, Seagate, Qualcomm, all this they use Python for hardware testing purpose. Reasons which makes Python suddenly super popular, right? Most of these programmers are migrating towards Python because of this very less coding, simple syntaxes given by Python, not even one-fourth coding as compared with other programming. Multi-programming features, interactive mode, Python. For each and every statement, Python is going to give response, right? Can easily interact with Python. It gives response for every statement. Wide varieties of applications. Just now I was discussing about varieties of applications. Many built-in libraries like 89,300 modules. This is what we have discussed, right? Now, Python comparison with other programming. Python comparison with other programming. Yes, I'll just take a task and I'll implement the task in multiple programming languages. You can check how simple the Python statements as compared with other programmings. So just accepting the two values or two numbers, accepting two numbers from the user keyboard and performing addition. So first I'll write, so two major programming languages, Python and Java. First, I'll write this code using Java. Later, I'll write in Python. You can just compare the code of both Java and Python. You have got knowledge on Java, you can just go to the following code. Import java.io.star. So in Java, everything should be within the class sample. Yes. Public static void main, right? Public static void main, right? String aux. Yes. Throws away exception, right? Throws away exception. Input stream reader. Input stream reader. New input stream reader. Input stream reader equal to new input stream reader. Buffered reader. BR equal to new buffered reader, right? System.out.println, system.out.println, enter the first number, right? Enter the first number. So whatever number you are entering by default taken as a string format, string of S1, B or dot read line. So it is taken as string. Later I need to convert to integer to perform addition, right? Using a method called integer dot parse int of S1, right? Yes. And I'll just copy these 3 lines for the second number also, right? Just I'll copy these 3 lines. Enter the second number, right? String S2, BR dot read line, integer dot parse int of S2, integer dot parse int of S2. Finally saying system dot out dot println, system dot out dot println, right? Finally saying I place J, right? Mm. So this entire thing you can copy, right? And I'll copy this entire. So every statement should end with semicolon. Yes. So I'll copy this code to a separate notepad file. So I'll just take a minute in showing the execution in both Java and Python. So first I'm writing in Java, later I'll write the same code using Python. You can just compare how simple the Python statements. I'm taking a separate notepad just to perform addition of two numbers by accepting it from the user keyboard using Java. Save it. I'll create a separate folder, right? Within this C drive, I'll create a separate folder, right? Python 5M batch. Within that, I'm saving it as sample.java. Yes. At the bottom search panel, I'll type CMD and go to this command prompt. CD slash is a and CD change over directly to Python 5am batch. Within that, just execute that Java C sample.java, right? Yes. If any no errors here, if any errors will display the errors, no errors. Java sample, you can say it will ask enter the first number 10, enter the second number 20. I have entered, sum is 30. This is the coding in Java. Observe here. I don't know like how many of you understood this code. Looks little complex to understand. See what is class, what is public static void main, what is throw cyber exception, what is input stream reader, buffered reader, what is read line, what is integer dot pass. In every line there are some complex words, and that too it is taking 10 to 12 lines of code, right? But the same task I'll implement in Python, not more than 3 lines. That too, not a single complex word. Looks like normal English statements, right? Just the same task I'll write in Python. Just I'll open this Python shell, right? This is the Python shell, right? File, new file. Now, just I want two numbers and performing addition, right? So to perform addition of two numbers, first I want X and Y. So taking the input from the keyboard, for that I got input function, enter value of X, enter value of X, and input enter value of X, enter value of Y, print X plus Y, enter value of X, enter value of Y, print X plus Y. That's it. This is the coding in Python. For the same task, what we have seen in Java, right? So for the same task, this is the Java code. to accept two values from the keyboard and performing addition of two numbers. The same task, this is the coding in Python. So do you see any complex word here? It looks like normal English statements. In the first line, inputting the value for x. Whatever value you enter, that value taken by x. Whatever value you are entering, that value will be taken by y. Print x plus y, right? But here also in Python, just like Java, whatever you are inputting taken as a string, we are supposed to typecast to integer type. Say int of, that's it. Keep everything within the int function. Keep everything within the int function. Later I discuss more on this. That's it. Save it. I've created a separate folder for this Python 5 AM batch. I'm saving it as some any name with .py extension. Run module. Enter value of x10, value of 520, sum is 30. That is simple, right? Simple coding in Python. No complex statements, no complex words. One more example, right? I'm taking some values 30, 10, 40, 20, 50. I've taken some values in this way. Print the entire list, print x. I want to know how the number of elements. So in other programming, we say array of elements. In Python, we say list of 5 values. I want to know the number of elements within that list. Len of x. Len of x. Length of this x list. 5. Len of x is 5. Sum of x, sum of all the 5 elements. 30 plus 10 plus 40 plus 20 plus 50. Sum of that x list. Max of x. Max element of x list 50. Min element. No need to write huge codings here. We have got many built-in functions available. Min of x 10. You want to write the same code in other programming like C or Java. We need to take one value and each and every value need comparing with this. Forgetting the max or min, forgetting the sum also, right? You need to iterate it, adding one by one value, finally the sum value, right? But here sum of x, sum of all these elements. Max of x, max of this 50, min of x 10, len of x 5. We want to arrange all this in ascending order. Sorted of x. To arrange all this right in ascending order, like sorted of x. Yes. I'm saving it any name .py extension or run it. So in the tomorrow's class, I'll be just showing you the downloading process, installation process, the execution modes of Python, right? Okay. So here can you see the length of the text 5. Sum of all the elements, 5 elements. Max is 50. Min value is 10. Arranging sorted of x in ascending order, arranging all the elements. Why max and print is written within this? So these are functions. Functions always should be within that brackets. These are inbuilt functions, right? Functions always should be within the bracket. Sorted order, right? Arranging the elements in ascending order. 10 to 50. Okay, you got in ascending order, right? If you want in descending order, same thing. Sorted of X only. You will get in ascending, right? The ascending you reverse it. The ascending you reverse it. You will get in descending order. This in ascending. If you reverse it, you will get in descending order. If you want to add a new element to this list, very simple, right? X is the list. Name of the list is X. To the X list, I want to add a new element 60. I want to append a new element, appending a new element 60. That's it. To the X list, 60 got appended. Print that list. You will get an element 60. Check it. 60 got added. 60 got appended. Just say the list name dot append 60. If you want to remove an element from this, X dot remove 40. That's it. 40 gets removed. 40 got removed. X dot remove 40. X dot append 60. Right? Yes. In this way, you can add elements. You can remove elements. Finding the max element. Finding the min element. Finding the sum of all the elements sorted. Right. And Python is supporting thousands of modules. Has got 89,300 inbuilt modules for different environments. I'll just show you one example. Commonly used module like math module. Right? First, we need to import any module. If you want to see the directory of any module, we need to say dir of math, directory of any module, not only this. See the directory of this math module. So Python is providing 89,300 modules. Within the modules, you see many built-in functions. We can use that functions directly without writing huge codings, right? Python, this math module is one such kind. So just you can see what is present within this math. We have got many mathematical functionalities like pi, power, sin h, square root, tan h. There are some variables like pi. There are some variables like e. If you want to print any values of this within this print, within the math module, there is a variable like pi. I want to print it value. Within the math module, there is a variable like e. Print it. See that pi value is 3.14, e value is 2.71. For example, there is some functionality square root. Just now someone asked, right? What a module consists of. Some functions are available like square root function. You don't know how to use the square root function. Python has got help function, just like print function, we've got help function in Python. Help of within the math module. I got SQRT. I want help on this. Help on within the math There is a functionality called square root. I want help on. So clearly it is saying help on built-in function square root in module math. Square root expecting one value x. You are supposed to provide one value x. Then it returns the square root of that x. So just provide one value x, returns the square root of x. Print within the math module. There is square root function. Within that, provide one value 16. It provides the square root of 16. 4, right? Square root of 16 is 4. Similarly, any other function like POW, we don't know how to use it, how to work with it. Any function within this, I want help on what? Within the math, there is a functionality called power. I want help on it. So just it provides help. Help on built-in function power in the module math. So power expecting two values. We are supposed to provide two values. If you provide two values, it returns x to the power of 5. Clearly it is giving here. What is this symbol? X to the power of 5. So we are supposed to provide two values. It returns x to the power of 5. X to the power of 5. Now you got the help, right? Now just to try to print within the math module, there is a functionality like power. We need to provide two values, x comma y. X is 10, y is 3. Now check this. 10 to the power of 3. 10 to the power of 3. That is 1000, right? In this way, you can just get the help of any other functionality present within this module or any other module. Right. Even generating graphs in Python is very simple. Generating graphs in Python is very simple, very less code. And that too, we need to import a module, inbuilt module called for plotting in visualizations, matplotlib. Import matplotlib. Within that, we have got a built-in property, pyplot. Matplotlib. Within that, we have got a built-in property, pyplot. So every time to use this name, math dot, math dot, math dot, math dot, that is fine. But here, this much big name to be used in every line. So I will just use alias name or shortcut name as P or PLT to plot a graph. There is a plot function and take x set of x coordinates, list of x coordinates, these are, and y coordinates. These are x coordinate values. This now y coordinate values. 5, 7, 4. PLT dot show. That's it. Just a 3 lines code. Import the module for generating graph. Plot x coordinates and y coordinates. Based on that x and y coordinates, PLT dot show a graph is generated. Very simple generating graphs. Run module. Now you can check a graph is generated here, right? For 1, 5, 1, 5. For 2, 7. For 2, it is 7. For 3, it is 4. So simple generating graph, right? For example, if I take a task, age values, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, 60 years. Age values are given. Their salaries are like this. Their incomes are like this. For 30 years, 30,000 is the income. For 40 years, 40,000. For 50 years, assume it is 35,000. For 60, it is 50,000. Now, age values and their salaries are given. Generate a graph. That's it. Plot, run module. The graph is generated like this. For 30,000, 40, 40,000. For 50, it is 35. For 60, it is 50,000. You got a graph. You got a solid graph with a blue color. But I doesn't want in blue color. I want in green color. That too, I doesn't want solid graph. I want dotted graph. Very simple. After this line, just to give comma. I want dotted graph means in this way. And I want color equal to green, not blue. By default, it takes blue. Green color I want. Check now. You will get green color, that too in dotted format. You got in dotted graph in green color. And that too here, what is this 30, 40, 50, 60? Age values, I want some label here. For the salaries, I want some salary or income. I want title for this graph, right? Simple. PLT dot x-axis label. X label means x-axis label I want. What is that? Age. These are built-in functionalities, right? PLT dot y-axis label. Y label. Salary. PLT dot title. Sample graph. Sample graph. Check it. You will get some x-axis label, y-axis label, sample graph. So this is age value, x-axis label, salary value, y-axis label, title like sample graph. Okay, fine. X-axis label, y-axis label, and sample graph, right? Okay. Any types of graphs you can generate in the same way, right? So here instead of PLOT, if you give BAR, bar graph will be generated. If you give PIE, pie graph will be generated. If I give here HIST, histogram will be generated. If I give scatter plot. If I give stack plot, I'll just copy this. Just one small example, right? If you want to generate another graph like pie graph for data analysis, hmm, import the same thing, matplotlib. Now, for example, some mobile sales I want to analyze. The name of the mobiles like Samsung, Vivo, Oppo, OnePlus, some mobile names. I want see the sales, August sales are like this. Samsung like 45 sales, Vivo 10, and this Oppo 15, and this OnePlus 30 sales. Now I want a pie graph, PIE, a pie graph based on this August sales. Based on the August sales, I want a pie graph. And in the output, the labels, I want some labels to be displayed. The labels, nothing but take this mobiles names only, right, as the labels. PLT dot show. Do you see any complex word here? Run module. Check this. A pie graph will be generated with different colors automatically, right? Which has got more sets. Samsung. Next, OnePlus. Next, Oppo. Next, Vivo. Default colors you are going to get. Okay. This is a pie graph. Do you see any complex word here? Mobile names, the sales of it, a pie graph based on this August sales. Show that graph. So it looks very simple like normal English statements, right? So this is the course content I'm going to discuss, right? So tomorrow and day after tomorrow also people can attend the session. Same time using the same link to see more on this. Tomorrow I'll be just going with the technical part. From tomorrow I'm going to start with this Python, starting with installations, execution modes. So see this course content, what is Python, why Python, history, applications, features, advantages, installations, Python operations like Python modes of execution, interactive mode, batch mode, Python editors, IDEs, Python data types, Python constants, Python variables, comments, input function, output function, comments in Python, escape sequences, strings in Python, string indices, operators in Python, working with different IDEs, integrated development environment like Anaconda prompt, Anaconda navigator, Jupyter Spider. Okay. Flow control statements, looping statements in Python, strings in Python, string indexing, string properties, string slicing, string functions, string methods, string special characters, similarly collections in Python, list properties, list indexing, list slicing, list functions, list methods, Python list, tuple sets, dictionaries, functions in Python, properties, categories, argument types, default, non-default, keyword, non-keyword, functions like lambda function, filter function, map function, reduce function, right? Different types of functions. Modules in Python, different ways of importing, renaming, reloading, packages in Python, right? Errors and exception handling, errors and exceptions, right? Different types of errors in Python, handling them. File handling in Python, how to read data from a file, how to write data to a file. Different file handling techniques. Object-oriented programming concepts in brief, like class, object, inheritance, polymorphism, static, non-static variable, constructors, destructors, garbage collectors, types of inheritance, method overriding, and different types of modules like regular expressions, extracting data from the given data, database connectivity, right? Accessing installation of one database. I'll be showing you how to Python connecting with the database, performing SQL operations by writing Python code, how we can generate these SQL statements. Transaction management, Python data and time operating system module, advanced modules like iterator, generator, closers, and decorators, web scraping, working with CSV, XML, JSON files, graphic programming like TK Enter, Excel workbook, data analytics, introduction to data science, Pandas model in brief, NumPy model in brief, Matplotlib model in brief, right? So this 30 topics as part of Python Core in Advanced. Apart from that, people who choose Python full stack, right? Django framework with 15 to 20 applications development will be developing this Django, right? Django frameworks, Django installation, Django project architecture, Django application creation, Django views, Django templates, Django admin, Django models, advanced concepts, right? Okay, apart from this, you'll be given free knowledge on this UI technologies, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and MySQL database. Okay, just look at this. For Python, right? Python core programming. Secondly, Python advanced. For these things, right? Really, Python core plus advanced. Nearly, I'll be taking 70 hours. 2 months is the duration for this. So, in brief about this Python, including many modules related to different environments, some modules related to databases, some related to data science, some related to big data, some related to graphics, some related to operating system, some on this date time, and how to create our own modules. Apart from this, people who go for Python full stack, first you'll be given knowledge on this web develop UI technologies. UI technologies, right? Yes. There is web development. People who wants only like Python core and advanced. So 2 months will be the duration, 70 hours. So within this UI technologies, you'll be getting knowledge on this HTML, people who go for full stack, cascading style sheets, JavaScript, and a part of Bootstrap. And apart from this, you'll be provided knowledge on this framework like Django framework with 15 to 30 applications creations, 20 applications. Apart from this Django framework, one more framework I'll be discussing freely, right? Flask framework. You'll be given knowledge on this Flask framework. Apart from this, I'll be discussing about a REST API. Yes. Apart from this, a database like MySQL and a project. For this 2 to 7, this topics from this 2 to 7, that is for Python full stack. From 2 to 7, right? What are these topics? It also takes 70 hours, 2 months duration. Okay. So all this, I said Python plus frameworks. Python, right? Python like 70 hours. Frameworks also take 70 hours. Totally 140 hours. If you want to go parallelly, also you can go parallelly. Monday to Friday, right? Python and Saturday, Sundays, even if you got some weekend sessions available on these frameworks, people who wants to go parallelly, where you can complete because when Python, you are updating Python in the weekdays. This UI technologies, right? You'll be updated with UI technologies like HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Bootstrap, which doesn't require any Python knowledge. By the time it completes, your Python core gets completed, right? By the time you went, by the time you come to advanced, right, you'll be starting with the Django framework. So 2 months for this, 2 months for this, 4 months totally, right? Let me make it clear about the timings of this batch. First 1 week, I said it will be at starts at 5 a.m. But after 1 week, It will be at 6 a.m. It starts at 6 a.m., right? Up to the end of the course. What are the offerings? Live session videos. Each and every session video you will be getting, right? Soft copy of class notes. Assignments and tasks. A WhatsApp group will be created for this technical discussion. +300 code examples will be discussing, right, as part of this course. 15 to 20 applications creations. Hmm. Okay, just 1 minute I take. Even there is one more package available, right? Like I also deal with data engineering, like even like big data. There's also a big data package where we'll deal with Hadoop, Spark with Python, PySpark implementation and everything in Linux. And in that, this Python 4 in advanced is included. This 2 months Python 4 in advanced. This 2 months course, right? So this Python core and advanced 2 months, you can attend any of my batch. This current batch, whatever you are attending, that you can attend. So from Monday to Friday. And this Hadoop, PySpark, and Linux will be on weekends. For 12 weekends, right? So the total package is 15,000 for that, which includes Python, Linux, PySpark, and Hadoop. On this Saturday and Sunday, Saturday 2 hours, Sunday 2 hours will be on the Saturday and Sunday evenings. This weekend there is a demo, right? You can just check with that online team. And you can see in the chart a big message given. A big message is given by this online team. You can see about that contact details, the payment details, course content details. Yesterday, if you anybody missed yesterday's demo session, the demo video, right? Demo link, demo video link. Yes, you can just copy that yesterday video link to watch yesterday's video. Well, missed it, right? So tomorrow also everybody can attend. Same time using the same link. Tomorrow at 5 o'clock using the same link to see more on this. From tomorrow we'll be starting with the actual technicals of Python. Python installations, execution modes, everything I'll be discussing tomorrow. Python software foundation, PSF. Okay. Any queries you got as part of today's session, right? Anyway. What is Hadoop and PySpark? It comes as big data, like data engineering, right? Yes, Murliam. Especially PySpark has got great boom. Spark with Python implementation. It's a big data technology, right? Fine. Any other queries? Right. Fine. So if I'm done with your queries, right? If there are no other queries, then I will sign off for now. Meet you tomorrow, 5 o'clock, same time. Yes. Thank you all for your time. Thank you. Meet you tomorrow.